All right, welcome everybody. Good to see you. How you doing? Good. Well, thanks for coming to this sort of experimental class. What we're going to do today, this is a series of 8 classes in total. And in this first class, I want to kind of give an introduction that will sort of pave the way for the remaining 7 classes. You'll see why it's a series of 7 following this one after a bit. So I'm going to talk for a little bit, and then after I talk for a little bit, we're going to practice. And let me explain where this practice came from and what it consists of. First, as I said, there are going to be 8 classes in total. The first class will be this introductory sort of overview class. I spent about 6 weeks last year in India studying a lot of stuff, a lot of yoga stuff. And ever since I was there, I've wanted to create a class that would introduce and share what I learned with the folks back here at Samadhi in particular. And it took me a while to be able to do that, and then it took us a while to find time on the calendar to be able to present the class. But that's what this is. It's kind of a synthesis of what I learned. And this practice will, after our first class, this introductory class, after that class, we're going to do 7 more. And each of the 7 classes will be focused on a particular chakra. We're going to start with the lowest chakra, Muladhara, and work our way up to the top. Well, I've got a cool chart over here that I can show you that has most of this stuff on it, and I'll refer to that a little bit later on. But starting from the root chakra and all the way up to the crown chakra. And we're not practicing the chakras specifically. We're using those as a focus place for this type of practice we're going to do. Let me start with just a little bit of ancient history, and you may know this, you may not. But in ancient times, the purpose of yoga was to not build muscles or stretch, although those were byproducts of the movement that was done. The purpose of yoga was to achieve liberation. And we achieve liberation by letting go of the ego. So the ego colors the way we see things in the world. It colors our perception of reality. And when we let go of the ego, the ancient yogis said, then we can actually see the world the way it is. And so they developed a number of different practices, different techniques that allowed one to transcend the ego. And those techniques included meditation, of course. They included mantra. They included dealing with bandhas. I'll talk about those in a little bit as well. And they included a variety of other techniques, including a little bit of movement. But as you probably know, not that much movement. So there wasn't a lot of movement that happened 2,000 years ago when people were in India doing yoga. The movement was mostly just to be able to sit comfortably. The stretching that was done just so you could sit comfortably in meditation and for other practices, including breath practices. So when I went to India last year, I connected with a yoga school that coincidentally was called Samadhi, was the name of the school in India, which I thought was pretty interesting. And we studied all these ancient practices, and we studied them in a particular way, using specific techniques that were ancient techniques. The teachers there, who were all either masters or gurus, so very, very holy men and women. And they taught us what they had learned from their masters. So there's a direct line back to the ancient yogis with these guys. It was really fascinating being able to study and practice with them. And I'm honored to be able to have that opportunity. So the way that we learned to practice was using what they called Kriya, K-R-I-Y-A is how you spell it in English. And a Kriya is a series of movements and breath practice and chanting and so on in a particular way. My main teacher was a fellow named Pravanji, and he taught us 18 Kriyas over a period of about 5 weeks that he learned from his master years before. And those Kriyas were 18 of 176 that he learned from his teacher, and he had to memorize them. And that was over a period of many years. He memorized all 176 of these Kriyas. The purpose of the Kriyas is, and our purpose in class today is going to be able to control energy in the body. And that really is the purpose of yoga at the end of the day, is controlling how energy is flowing in the body, releasing blockages, and so on. Have you heard about, you know something about that? A little bit. Yeah. But ultimately, that's our purpose. Even in the movement classes that we do today, here and in other studios and other places, the movement classes, we don't talk about it so much, but the purpose of the movement is to control energy in the body. So if we bring the body into a particular pose, we do this. We're actually controlling the way energy is flowing in the body, and we can control the energy for particular purposes. So if we're feeling, kind of tired and down and run down, if we want to bring a little bit more energy into the body, we can do particular poses that will do that because it causes energy to flow in specific ways. If we feel a little bit too amped up and we want to chill out, we can do poses that will do that as well. We can do the same with the breath. We'll talk about that in a couple of moments as well. So anyway, Prabhuji taught us 18 of the Kriyas that he had memorized as a younger student. And what I'm doing in this class is incorporating parts of those Kriyas into what we're going to do. So in this first class, this introductory class, we're going to actually do some practice that will address all 7 of the chakras. So who knows about chakras? A little bit? Not much? Yeah, some. Okay. Let's talk about them for a second. So I have this cool picture. So let's start from the bottom. This is the root chakra, Muladhara, right at the base of the spine. The second chakra up is the sacral chakra. It's called in Sanskrit Svadhisthana. The third chakra up is the solar plexus chakra, which is called Manipura. And the fifth chakra is the heart chakra, Anahata. So it's kind of right here in the center of the chest. The next chakra up is the throat chakra on the front of the throat. It's called Vishuddha here, often spelled Vishuddhi with an I instead of an A. Can you kind of see this? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. And then the sixth chakra is at eyebrow center, right here, called Ajna chakra. And then the chakra at the top of the head, the crown chakra, is called Sarasvara. Each of the chakras you'll see in this chart have an associated color, starting from red and working the rainbow up. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, sky blue, indigo, and then at the top, the crown chakra is usually said to be white, so a blend of all the other lights. They also have associated sounds, and we're going to use those sounds. The sounds are lam, vam, ram, yam, and so on. And I'll tell you those, you don't have to remember them from what I just said. But I'll tell you those when we get to it, and we're going to be chanting those while we visualize the color of each particular chakra. The energy system in yoga, let me backtrack for a second and just acknowledge that the 7 chakras that you see here don't come from some sacred text or a single sacred text that everyone subscribed to. Sometimes there were 3 chakras if you were followed this teacher back 2,000 years ago. Sometimes there were as many as 19 or 20 chakras, principal chakras, if you followed a different teacher. Over the years, it kind of settled until most teachers today agree to teach 7 chakras. So that's what you'll see most of the time, and that's the convention that I've adopted today. So let's talk a little bit more about the energy system in the body. What yoga teaches, the classical teachings of yoga, are that we have a body which is composed of physical stuff, and the body can move around. But the body is basically just a piece of meat. But that meat is animated by energy. The energy is called prana. And the prana moves around in the energy body through nadis, which are channels in the body. And this corresponds to Chinese medicine, and acupuncture use the same sort of idea. And so the energy gets moved around in the body by following these nadis, or channels. And there are 3 principal channels. The first one is the central channel called Sushumna, that basically follows the spine up and down. And each of these 7 chakras is arrayed along the spine from the top to the bottom. There are also 2 other principal nadis, and they're called Ida, which is spelled I-D-A, and Pingala, P-I-N-G-A-L-A. And they're here as well. So you see those kind of like a double helix wrapped around Sushumna, around that central channel. So energy flows up and down through the central channel, and then it was taught that there were as many as 72,000 nadis in the energy body. So we have a physical body and we have an energy body. And the energy body circulates energy that animates the physical body. So we can move only because of prana is flowing. So part of the consequence of that is that when energy gets stuck in the body, for whatever reason, you're going to feel that physically. And when energy gets stuck here, you're going to feel it psychologically. So all of those have consequences in how we feel, how we move, how we work our way through life. And so the goal is to be able to not only control energy, but to free any blockages so that the energy can move freely wherever we want it to. Pretty cool. Pretty good thing to be able to do. So Ida and Pingala come like this, and you'll notice that they cross in 7 different locations, top to the bottom, to the root. Where they cross are these principal chakras, the 7 chakras. So we have Pingala actually terminates here in the right nostril, and Ida terminates in the left nostril. Ida and Pingala are taught to contain different kinds of energy, or to facilitate the flow of different kinds of energy. Pingala is masculine energy, solar energy, Surya. Ida is a female energy, a feminine energy, which we relate to the moon. Chandra is what we call moon in Sanskrit. And so, you've done alternate nostril breathing, right? So what happens if you inhale through the left nostril only? Said to be cooling. It draws that feminine energy in. It's relaxing. And if we inhale through the other nostril, through the right nostril, it's energizing because it's calling on that masculine energy, the solar energy. And then in alternate nostril breathing, what we're doing is balancing those two. So we're balancing the female and the male, the active and the passive, the sun and the moon, to come to that center, to find that place of centeredness. All right. Questions about anything so far? No? Let's see, we talked about prana, we've talked about nadi a little bit, and we've talked a bit about the chakras. All right, let's talk about the techniques that I learned, practiced, studied in India. Chanting. You can chant either internally or externally, out loud or silently. In Sanskrit, the terminology is japa and ajapa. So we can chant, we can meditate. Is another technique for taming energy, for controlling energy in the body. We can also breathe, and we can breathe in lots of different ways. We have lots of different breath techniques. We have mudras, which are usually thought of as hand positions. So this is a mudra. It's called, just spaced out what it's called. It's called Anjali Mudra. Anjali Mudra, hands at heart center. You could do this. You could do this. You could do this. You can do that. You can do lots of different things with the fingers and the thumb. And those are all connected to those nadis that I was talking about that flow through the energy body. And let me talk about that just a little bit more so that hopefully it becomes clear to you. So if you slice the person open, you would not find a nadi because the nadis don't belong to the physical realm. The nadis are part of the energy realm. Nadis are part of what's referred to as the energy body or the subtle body. But they're there nonetheless, just like lots of things we can't see and can't touch and feel, we know are still there. And the ancient yogis worked out and taught and still teach that the energy body is roughly contiguous with the physical body, and it has analogs. The energy forms have analogs with the physical body. So if you get hit with a baseball here in the solar plexus, you're going to feel it because there are a bunch of nerves that actually come together there. And there's also a chakra there. So there's a relationship between the energy forms and the physical forms. And we can control that with mudras. We're not going to do too much mudraing in this class, but we'll do some in the later classes as we work our way through this practice. There's also something called bandhas, spelled B-A-N-D-H-A-S is the plural form. You know bandha? No? Yes? A little bit? So the bandhas are a way of concentrating energy here in the torso. And they're basically three bandhas, although we can talk about a fourth one. There's Mula Bandha, where you engage at Muladhara. And you do that by drawing the perineum up, like a Kegel exercise. So just draw the perineum up towards the spine. One of the ways that we were taught that as beginners in India was what they call Ashvini Mudra. Ashvini is the anal sphincter. So you just squeeze that sphincter up, and that draws the energy. So Mula Bandha, first one, right at the base of the spine. And then there's the chin lock, which is called Jalandhara Bandha. So if you just tuck your chin into your chest, the idea is you're impeding the flow of energy up through Sushumna, that central channel I talked about before. And that concentrates the energy and makes it flow back down. Now, if we do both of those at the same time, Mula Bandha and Jalandhara Bandha, then we're going to confine the energy here, and you know what happens then? One of the physical effects, the effects on the physical body, you get hot, and you'll start to get warmer and warmer and warmer the more you do that. And we'll also hold the breath in as we do that, holding prana. Prana flows with the breath, holding prana into the body. So you see what we're doing is just controlling breath. It's really pretty simple. There's another bandha, the third principal bandha is called Uddiyana Bandha, and that's at the solar plexus. And usually, I mean, we can do that on its own, just by bringing your hands to your knees. You can try this if you want. Let your elbows bend. Keep your chin level, don't chuck it in, or tuck it in. And now just draw the solar plexus in. Hold the breath. And just feel the energy drawn there. You can close your eyes if you like to visualize better the feeling. And then let it go. Release Uddiyana Bandha. So, 3 bandhas, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, Jalandhara Bandha. And now we can do all 3 of those at the same time. You've done that before, Margaret, I know you have. So, what you would do is draw the the perineum up, engaging Mula Bandha, and then tuck the chin in, breathe out, and then draw the solar plexus in, engaging Uddiyana Bandha. And now you're really concentrating all that energy in the torso. Feel the energy there. You're also holding the breath out, external breath retention. And breathe in now, let it go, lift your chin. And just let the breath flow up and down a little bit, just to kind of clear that out. All right. So as I mentioned before, we learned various techniques which my teacher called Kriya, K-R-I-Y-A, to denote a fixed series of movements, chants, bandhas in some cases. What else? Mudras and breath control as well, all kind of mixed together. And so that's what I want to teach in this series of 8 classes, are those kriyas. And we'll incorporate the kriya each week into a little bit wider practice. And what I've done in this class is not so much try to duplicate exactly what we did in India, because it would take too long. We worked 15 hours every day and we just don't have that kind of time. So I've sort of abbreviated things and I brought them into a little bit simpler place where I think that we can practice them efficiently and begin to get a sense of what's available to you in terms of controlling energy and working into this practice. So, what we're going to do, as I said, over the next 7 classes is learn different kriya associated with each of the 7 chakras. Today's class will be all 7. We'll do all 7 at once. We can activate all 7 chakras. Questions? No? All right. You ready to do some stuff?
Sure.
All right. Find a seat. And let your eyes close down again if you like. Just give yourself a little bit of time to settle in. And in this kind of warm up, we'll move around a little bit in a seated posture, and then we'll bring ourselves into a little bit more movement. Then we'll start to flow, and then we'll work into that Kriya practice that I mentioned. For now, just let your eyes close, feel into your body, feel yourself centered in this place, and see if you can feel the breath flowing in and out equally through both nostrils. Bring your awareness to the nostrils. And feel the breath flowing in, flowing out through both nostrils. Now root down through the sitting bones so you feel a connection between the sitting bones and the earth beneath you. Now open your eyes. Bring your arms up and overhead. With the elbows straight, palms together, let them touch overhead, and then bring the hands slowly to heart center. Inhale and reach back up. Now reach up a little bit more. Separate the hands so they're about shoulder width apart. Reach up through the fingertips even more. Breathe in. As you breathe out, take a gentle twist to the right side. Bring the right hand behind and look back at the right hand. As you inhale, slowly sweep the arms up and overhead, coming back to center, and twist to the left side. Look back at the left hand. Inhale, arms slowly come back up. As you exhale again, twist to the right. Inhale back to center, and twist again to the left. Inhale back to center. One more time, twisting to the right side. Inhale, come back up, and twist to the left. Inhale, arms come back up high. Now drop your left hand to the mat. Let's stretch out the right side body. You can bend the left elbow a little if you like. Reach through that right hand. Press the right sitting bone down so it's still connected to the mat. Now press in the left hand and slowly rise all the way back up. Bring the left hand down. Reach the right hand, or the right hand down. The left hand reaches. Reach a little bit more through that left hand and then rise. Come all the way back up high. Now bring your hands behind your back. Take opposite elbows here if you can. Press the elbows down towards the mat. Breathe in. As you breathe out, hinge slowly at the hips, folding forward. Come down only as low as you can with the spine long. And then rise slowly all the way back up. Once you're up, root down through the sitting bones and then release the hands, reach them high. And then exhale the hands, bring them to heart center. Inhale and reach all the way back up. And now separate the hands with the palms facing forward. Bring them out to about a 45-degree angle. Now wrap the left elbow under the right elbow. Palms together. Lift the elbows. Keep the chin level. Lift the elbows a little more. Breathe in. As you breathe out, hinge slowly at the hips, folding forward. If you're able to, bring that forearm, the lower one, all the way down, touching the mat with the forearm. And then inhale and rise. Come back up. Lift the elbows. Lift the chin. Level the chin. Release the arms. Reach them high. Palms touch overhead. Exhale, bring the hands down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Twice more. Inhale, high. Exhale, down. And one more time. Inhale, up. Now bring the arms to a 45-degree angle. Let's wrap the right elbow under the left this time. Eagle arms. Lift the elbows. Lift the chin into the back bend. Level the chin. Hinge at the hips, folding slowly forward. Maybe that forearm comes all the way down and touches the mat. And then inhale and rise. Come back up. Lift the elbows. Lift the chin. Level the chin off. And release the arms. Reach them back up. And exhale. Bring the hands down. Inhale up. Exhale down. And one more time. Inhale up high. And now exhale the hands all the way down to the knees. Drop your chin to your chest. Lift the back of the neck up. Draw the navel in. Now lift the chin up high. Pull the shoulders back and down. Level the chin. Bring the shoulders forward. Pull the shoulders back. Do that again. Bring the shoulders forward. Pull the shoulders back. One more time. Bring the shoulders forward. Bring the shoulders back. Lift the shoulders towards the ears. And then just relax the shoulders. Drop them down. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Drop the chin. Bring the right ear to the right shoulder. Lift the chin high. And go around again. Left ear to left shoulder. Chin to chest. Right ear to right shoulder. Chin lifts up high. Let's go around one more time that direction. Really working deeply into the neck and the shoulders. And let your head come back to center. Let's go back the other way, right ear to right shoulder. Drop the chin. Left ear to left shoulder, chin lifts high. And again, right ear to right shoulder. Chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. Chin comes up high. One more time around. Lift the chin and level it. Shrug the shoulders one more time towards the ears, a little higher, and then release the shoulders down. All right. Let's come into table pose. Walk your hands forward about 2 inches, and then move into cow pose, dropping the belly, lifting the chin. And then exhale to cat. Let your eyes close down. Continue flowing between cow and cat. Good. 3 more times through. Breathing into cow and breathing out to cat. Good. 1 more. And back to table pose. From table pose, tuck your toes and lift your hips into downward dog, and then immediately start to walk the feet forward to the hands. So we'll come to a standing forward fold near the front of the mat. Let your head drop down even a little more, and bend the knees a bit, and bring your hips forward so your hips are over your heels. And now bring the arms out to a T, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up high. Now come into a back bend. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a half lift, hands to the top of the shins. And then ragdoll, just let it all hang down. We're going to go through that a total of 10 times, so 9 more. Inhale all the way up. Stay rounded as you rise. Reach the arms up and then back into the back bend. Exhale, slowly fold forward. Do this as slowly as you can, like moving in slow motion. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, ragdoll. 8 more to do. At your own pace, let your eyes close and feel into the movement. That's it. Keep it going. A lot of what we were taught was very slow and very repetitive like this. It helps to center the mind. It helps us to let go. When we continue doing something like this over and over and over again, the mind will eventually release, and then you can focus on the movement. Good. Keep it going 4 more times. Slow it down even a little bit more. Letting go of the hurried pace of life. So in this practice today, we're doing 10 of these. Our teacher had us doing 100. One more. And then finish with the arms up high. Let's all meet there, reaching the arms up. Now bring your weight into your right foot and step the left foot as far back as you can. And bring the hands down on either side of the right foot. Just drop the left knee to the mat, reach the arms high, low crescent lunge. Press that right knee forward a little bit more
And then as you exhale, the hands are going to come down on either side of the right foot. Now tuck your toes, straighten the left leg, and step the right foot back to plank pose. As you exhale, drop your knees, untuck your toes, move into upward facing dog, breathe in, and then exhale to downward facing dog, lifting the hips high. As you inhale, lift the left leg up. Step the left foot so it comes between the hands. Drop the right knee to the mat, reach the arms up high, low crescent lunge. Exhale the hands down and bring the weight into the left foot, step the right foot forward, standing forward fold. Round as you rise, coming slowly all the way up. Arms sweep up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Hinge at the hips, folding slowly forward. Come to a half lift. And then release the hands, bring them all the way down to the mat. Leave the left foot forward, step the right foot back, runner's lunge. Drop the right knee to the mat, arms reach up high. On the exhale, the hands come down. Toes tuck and straighten the right leg, step the left foot back. From plank pose, drop your knees, untuck your toes, upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Good. Inhale, right leg rises, lift it high. Step it so that it comes eventually between the hands. Drop the left knee, reach the arms up, low crescent lunge. Exhale the hands down. Now the weight's in the right foot, step the left foot forward, standing forward fold. Let your head drop down. Round and rise, come all the way back up. Palms together overhead and then to heart center. Hinge at the hips, folding slowly forward. Half lift, hands at the top of the shins, and then bring the hands all the way down to the mat. Right foot stays forward, left foot steps back into runner's lunge. Drop the left knee, reach the arms high. Good. Exhale the hands down, tuck the toes, left leg straightens, step the right foot back. Drop your knees, untuck your toes, upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Left leg lifts, step it between the hands and drop your right knee down. Come to the low crescent lunge. Exhale the hands down. Weight in the left foot, step the right foot forward, standing forward fold. Round and rise, coming all the way back up. Arms reach up. Hands together at heart center as you hinge at the hips, fold slowly forward. Hands top of the shins, half lift, and then release the hands all the way down. Left foot stays forward, step the right foot back, drop the right knee, arms reach up high. Hands come down, tuck the toes, straighten the right leg, step the left foot back, plank pose. Bring your knees down, untuck your toes, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, reach it high. Step it between the hands and the left knee comes down. Low crescent lunge, last one. Arms reach up. Take a deep breath. Exhale the hands down. Weight in the right foot, step the left foot forward. Ragdoll, let everything hang down. Now bring your hands all the way down to the mat. Step your right foot back. Step your left foot back. Drop the knees. Untuck the toes. Move your sitting bones back to your heels. Bring your forehead down. Touch the forehead to the mat. Now come forward into upward facing dog. And then exhale the hips back to the heels. Forehead touches down. We're going to flow through that 6 more times, a total of 7. Come forward into upward dog as slowly as you can. Exhale back, sitting bones to the heels, forehead touches down. 5 more. At your own pace. But again, nice and slow. So I told you to do it at your own pace, and then I just told you you shouldn't do it at your own pace. Flow through it one more time. Finish in table pose, and then tuck your toes and lift your hips to downward facing dog. Now walk the feet forward so the feet end up between the hands near the front of the mat. And now bring your arms out to a T and reverse swan dive, coming all the way up. Sweep the arms up high, palms together, and then to heart center. Then release the hands. Just let them come all the way down. Flip the palms so they face forward. Thumbs point out. Let your eyes close down. Just feel the breath flowing through the body. All right, you can open the eyes. The next part of this Kriya is going to be alternate nostril breathing. Nadi Shodhana is the way it's said in Sanskrit. And to do that, I want you to use a mudra. And the mudra brings the peace fingers, you know the peace fingers, those guys, to eyebrow center and just lets them rest there. And then we can toggle the right thumb and the ring finger on the right hand just back and forth, blocking the nostrils pretty easily that way with very little effort. So feel the weight of the peace fingers at eyebrow center. Recognize there's a chakra there, Agni chakra. Now block your right nostril with the thumb gently. Inhale through the left nostril deeply, but slowly. And once you've inhaled completely, block the left nostril with the ring finger, release the right, and breathe out through the right. Now breathe in through the right nostril, and then block the right and exhale to the left. That was one round. Now inhale left. We'll just repeat. Block the left nostril, exhale through the right. Now inhale through the right, and then exhale through the left. Now just continue that. We're going to do that for a total of 4 minutes. Give yourself a chance to feel. Feel the breath. Feel the flow of the breath, the movement of the breath. Invite a sense of equilibrium, a sense of equality from left to right, a sense of sturdiness in the body standing on the mat. Let the alternate nostril breathing be the only thing that you're aware of. Focus intently on the flow of the breath, relentlessly in and out of the nostrils, flowing from one side to the other. Feel the centeredness. The next time you exhale through the left nostril, release the right hand down. And then come down to a comfortable seat. And now we're going to chant. So we're going to chant with regard to each of the chakras. We'll chant for 2 or 3 minutes. And what we're going to chant is called the bija, or root sound. Each chakra has a sound associated with it. The root chakra, the sound is lam, L-A-M. And so we'll just chant lam, 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 like that. At the same time, we'll visualize the color red. So imagine kind of a field in your mind of red, and close your eyes if you like. Imagine the most beautiful, most pure red that you can. And now begin to chant. Lam, 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 lam. We don't have to be together. Lam, 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 lam. Focus on the sound and the vibration. Lam, 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 lam. One more. Lam. Just let that trail off. Now bring awareness to the sacral chakra called Svadhisthana. The sacral chakra is about 2 inches above the pubic bone. So just locate that on the spine. And now imagine the most beautiful, the most pure color orange that you can. Try to keep your focus on the color and the sacral chakra at the same time. The bija sound is VAM, V-A-M. VAM, 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 VAM. One more. VAM. Now bring your awareness to Manipura chakra, right in the solar plexus, below the lowest ribs. The color of this chakra of Manipura is yellow, and the sound is Ram, R-A-M. So focus on Manipura chakra in the solar plexus. Think of the color yellow and chant Ram. Ram, 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 Ram. One more. Ram. The next chakra is Anahata, the heart chakra, right in the center of the chest. The color is green. The sound is Yam. 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 One more. Yam. The next chakra is the throat chakra, called Vishuddhi. The color is sky blue. The bija, the root sound, is Ham. 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 One more. Ham. The sixth chakra is Agna chakra. The color is indigo, a deep, deep blue. Bring your awareness to eyebrow center, to Agna chakra, and imagine the deepest color blue that you can. The sound is Aum. 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 One more. Aum. And the seventh chakra is the crown chakra, Sahasrara. The color is white and the sound is Om. Chant with me. Om. 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 One more. Om. Come into table pose. And we're going to flow between cow and cat. You'll breathe in to cow with the belly dropping and the chin lifting, and exhale into cat, drawing the navel up into the spine as you round. Let your eyes close and just flow. We're going to do this about 3 minutes. Feel the body moving. Feel the breath flowing. You can slow it down even more if you like. Notice every part of the movement, every part of the flow. You can deepen the breath a bit if you like. Twice more through. And then eventually make your way to child's pose with the knees wide. And now make your way to Shavasana. Now take a gentle breath in and then let it go. Do that again, a gentle breath in. Exhale and let it go. Bend your knees and roll over onto either side, whichever side feels right. And then bring yourself slowly up to a seat. Once you're seated, bring your arms out to a T with the palms facing forward. We're going to chant Om 3 more times. And in this practice called Pranava, we bring the arms forward until the palms touch as we say the sound Om. Breathe in. We'll do that 3 times. Om. Om. One more. Om. With your hands together, bend your elbows and let your hands come to heart center. Well, thank you so much for being here, for serving somewhat as guinea pigs for this practice. I wish you loving kindness. May you be happy and well and safe, and may you be peaceful and at ease. Namaste. Well, again, thank you so much for being here. I would love to hear your feedback. Remember, we've got 7 more of these if this was of interest. We can do it 7 more times, and we're going to work on each chakra. Some of these kriyas are more meditative. What we did today was a fairly meditative practice. Some of the kriyas are more active, more physical. And so we'll see that variation as we work our way through the chakras. But the succeeding classes, the next 7 classes, are all going to be focused on the chakra that we're dealing with in that class. And through chanting and pranayama and so on, we will explore that chakra. The intention of the practice is ultimately to eliminate any blockage in the chakra that's preventing the flow of energy. So, take care.